This is the MTPredictor weekly update for April 3rd. We'll take a look at the major markets here. First, I'll take a look at the Russell Index. We did have a trade setup, an automatic trade setup here that's brought us right into the daily resistance in the Russell there. We'll take a look at the Dow. You see with the Dow, the decision point resistance and this box here inside of that is our our minimum wave 5 resistance. The Dow has come up in a nice, pretty orderly fashion here, just shy of the target, which is right around 12,450, 460, so we're fairly close to getting there. The decision point target is just a little bit higher before we get into that, which would be around 12,004, almost 12,500, we'll call it. So we'll see if we've got a few days push left to hit those resistances in the Dow, and then the S&P. You can see same pattern here, but it's got it's a couple of days worth of trading away from being able to get to its decision point target here. And so we'll see if it does make it up here, it may cause the Dow to kind of overshoot its resistance a little bit. If the Dow hits its resistance and the S&P has not gotten up here, it may cause the S&P to fall short. We'll see if depending if we get a quick rejection off the decision point resistance in the Dow, we'll see. And then the NASDAQ index here, again, same pattern, 4 waves heading into wave 5. Here's your decision point, and then our minimum wave 5 resistance. So got a little ways to go there in the NQ, kind of similar to the in position as the ES is. So we'll see how these play out this week. Not a huge news week. There's FOMC minutes on Tuesday. It might be a market mover. And of course, jobless claims on Thursday. Those are probably a couple of the big news happenings that are scheduled anyway this coming week. So we'll see how these finish out. And then I just want to take a look at from our trading room. We had the NQ that we were looking at, and we talked in a previous video about these. Here was Friday's action. You see here was the previous day's high on Thursday in the NQ at 2341.50, and market gapped up. It was an outside gap to the upside. They came down, looked as if they might fill the gap, but fell short. And we got a blue buyer's bar in here, and I put the analysis on, and I just click on that swing low. I put the major analysis on. Let me go to the intermediate analysis. Let me remove that. Try that again. Okay, there's our wave 2 or B. So the market came down, outside gap up. Reason we look at this is because it's telling us if this gap can't fill within the first half an hour or so of trading, the tendency is the market will go higher, at least for the morning, sometimes the rest of the day. So we wait for the pullback and then look for an entry to the long side. Of course, our strong trend filter here at the bottom was also long and showed strength to the upside, even while the market was pulling back. And so at this point, we need a target to the upside. If we go to the 15-minute chart on the NQ, here we had a decision point. This is a major resistance area that would begin right at 2358. Here was the open on Friday on the 15-minute chart. And so we were looking, you're going to use that area as a target because this is usually very good resistance intraday. So that 2358 area, in fact, I'll just put a little line there. Okay, that basically represents our 15-minute resistance there. So we'd look for an entry here. We could actually set up our long side trade here entering a tick above the high of our blue buyer's bar with the stop a tick below the swing low there, and our target up in that area. Scrunch this down a little bit. So as the market moved higher, we started to see these swings come in now. In fact, if we put the analysis on that particular swing, okay, now you see we've got a 4-wave pattern. It didn't quite come into the wave 4 support area here before it began to move higher again, so it was difficult to try and get a long entry on that. But there was a potential there. Again, this is the ultimate target to the upside there, the 15-minute. Some people may have set up a smaller target, maybe the wave 3 up, and looked to use that as a target. But anyway, you see how the market came right up to the 15-minute DP, that resistance area. I mean, hit it right to the tick. And then if we put the analysis on, if we didn't know, we weren't following along, it's also wave right into our minimum wave 5 resistance. So this was actually another area where if you're exiting longs, you could be actually initiating shorts off the red seller's bar here. We also had this high volume spike here that's telling us as the market was moving higher, the professionals were selling into this move up here. And so, as we saw, the market did fall off, and this ended up being the high of the day, right there, before the market began to decline. So anyway, I hope that's helpful, and we'll take a look at the markets again next week and see what's going on there, and hope to bring you some more of the intraday trading from the trading room. This is for our clients only. All right, we'll see you next week.